Nathan just texted me. He says there won't be any evidence left after he's done.
Shit. We have to go to the junkyard right now. Stop stomping around, Chloe.
Right. Just get ready to use your rewind fast if Nathan tries to jump us.
Alright, looks like things are getting dicey now. I wonder.
I don't want to go that way.
Okay.
Max, please hurry!
I was thinking maybe the final photo would be here, but I don't know.
God, I want to fucking kill that little psycho.
Hey, I can't focus if you're yelling. Please.
I see all these footsteps.
Max, stay close so we can be a team.
Huh. I would have thought maybe those would be it, but I guess.
Are you okay? We need to hurry and get that motherfucker.
Hey, Chloe, calm down. I'm trying to do a thing here. Huh.
Dude, don't leave me behind.
I'm doing exactly that.
I'm sorry, Rachel. I don't want to go that way.
Oh, but what if I do? So is there anything
Here, don't
around
leave me
here?
alone.
You're the one with the gun. What the hell? Okay. You're the one with the gun. Like, if any,
Maybe we should have called the police.
if anything, you should be fine alone. I'm the one who should be worried. Well, I do have the rewind power, so I guess if I were in trouble.
Chloe, come over here, quick.
Oh, this is where we were supposed to go.
Oh God, Max, look. She's still there.
Don't look, Chloe.
Oh, no. Chloe, look out. What the fuck?
Chloe.
Gasp! Shocker! Plot twist! Oh man. Yes. So, looks like it was Mr. Jefferson. Which, alright, you know, obviously, time to address it, like. So, that is actually the reason why I picked Mr. Jefferson when I blamed him, because, like, I mean, I've already told you guys I played this game like twice already, so I already knew that was gonna happen. So the reason why I chose to blame Mr. Jefferson was because, like, obviously, well, Nathan is still just as guilty though, because clearly there's something going on with him. But still, like, you know, there was uncertainty going on there. I mean, David, yeah, like at the time he seems very suspicious and whatnot, but by now I think like you realize that he was just conducting his own investigation. And I think like they did a good job with that, because Mr. Jefferson, like, yeah, you only blame him because you see him, or because you see that he basically makes Kate cry. And I think they do a good job trying to make you like Mr. Jefferson. And, you know, you just think like, well, all he did was make her cry, so like, how's he to blame? But, you know, now you clearly see that Mr. Jefferson he's doing, like, yeah, he's more involved in this than originally thought. Like, I think before you're not even supposed to suspect him. But since I've already played this game, like, I already know what happened, so that's why I picked him. Which, by the way, I think it's kind of crazy that he chose to announce the winner of a school event at a club party. That's just, I think that's weird. If anything, if you're gonna announce the winner of a school event, wouldn't you either do it at like the class itself, or I don't know, maybe like put it up like on the school bulletin, or maybe have the like announce it like throughout the school using like the intercom? But like at a club party, especially when, like, you know, at a party like that's clearly like elitist, because, you know, you have to be cool to get in or whatever. Or actually, or does that only apply to the VIP? Can anyone just get into the Vortex Club parties? I don't know. But also, it's like, what about the students who don't go to the parties, you know? Like, I just think... And then he shows up to the party and he clearly sees that there's alcohol being served, because he went in through the VIP section. Are you telling me that he just chose to, like, turn a blind eye to that? I just think that is weird. Like, he's not really doing a good job as a teacher. So, anyways, with that being said, let's see how we did compared to other people. So, seems like more people chose to accept Chloe's request than refusing, which makes sense. You know, it is quite the moral dilemma, but I think a lot of people seem to maybe agree with me, just with the idea of, like, if she's gonna die anyways, let her go out on her own terms. And she even said that she wanted the last memory she would have to be the memory of her hanging out with Max. So I think it's the best thing to do. Although for the other 33%, you know, I can get it. I'm gonna assume it's people who just think, like, you know what, like, no, like, there's just no way I'm gonna take someone's life, not even in that situation. So, you know what, fair enough. You know, I'm not here to judge people's morals. So 45% of people let Warren beat up Nathan, 55%, so like about half, skewing more towards the people who stopped Warren, which, once again, I just think the people who did that probably just, you know, the bigger are the bigger people who think that, yeah, maybe Nathan is an ass and whatnot, but even he doesn't deserve that. And then also, just maybe they didn't want Warren to give in to, like, this dark to his rage, I guess. Cause yeah, like, man, Warren really just kind of gives into his rage when he beats up Nathan. I mean, honestly, I could have gone either way. Yeah, like I really would have went with either option. I just think the reason why I didn't go with Nathan was just because he still walks away with his gun. But seeing what happened with Frank, yeah, maybe it was just better off not. I mean, yeah, because Chloe ends up with the gun. So, but either way, I did take the gun back, the other gun, David's gun. So I think even if I would have not stopped Warren from beating up Nathan, she still would have had the gun, like a gun anyways. So I think in that situation, it was kind of either or. But I don't know, to be fair, like, Warren did get beat up, and I do think at the very least Nathan did deserve to face some consequences for his action, because at the end of the day, this guy has been getting away with just like being a bully to everyone and whatnot. And I just think, you know, I personally, I don't really like to believe in revenge and like violence, but I'm also the belief that sometimes you do, like, you know what, you do need to play a little dirty. You can't always just play by the rules, because you have people who just don't play by the rules, and they take advantage of the people who do play by the rules, because, you know, they have like this, you know, they have this moral superiority. And I'm not saying that like it's a bad thing. I just mean, like, there's people who are very morally good, and, you know, they're just not gonna like hurt other people and whatnot, even if it's people who deserve it. So, but that's the issue. The people who deserve it, they take advantage of that. And I just think, yeah, sometimes you need to just let those people have a taste of their own medicine. Because if you don't, then they're just going to continue doing the shit that they do. So, you know, at the end of the day, I think in a perfect ideal world, you would want like kindness and like, you know, being the bigger person and whatnot to hopefully prevail. But sometimes it just doesn't, and you just kind of need to stoop down to these people's levels sometimes to really show them. Because if you don't, well, they'll never learn, they'll never suffer any consequences, or they'll never face any consequences of their actions. They'll never take any accountability. So yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts there. Okay, so yeah, you see there's the 3 outcomes. Chloe killed Frank, Chloe wounded Frank, no one got hurt. Okay, so really there was only one good outcome out of that. And I guess I originally went with he died, because I mean, I saw that pool of blood. His body was lying there lifeless. So yeah, Chloe clearly killed him. I didn't know you could wound him. I would like to see how you would go about doing that and what the outcome would be for that. So then I guess the other 2 times, I just always did it so he never got hurt. Cause I mean, like I said, this was the first time I got the outcome where Chloe kills him, and I still think I never got the outcome where he got wounded. Now, of course, keep in mind, you can rewind. So I think it's interesting. The people, the 6% who just went with him being killed, I have to think either 1, these people just didn't care that he got killed, or 2, they clearly must have thought, yeah, this guy is creepy, and he might be involved somehow. So, and he's a drug dealer, so, you know, no tears will be shed if he died. And then the wounded, the 18%, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I had to see how that plays out. I've never seen it before, so I would have to see why there's 18% of people who stuck with that. But, you know, the 76% makes sense. I think even though this guy is really creepy and he has his issues and, you know, he's clearly dealing drugs, so he's committing crimes. I just think at the end of the day, you don't want anyone to get hurt, even if someone sketchy like that. And, you know, you see that despite, you know, his flaws, he does really genuinely care and love Rachel. So he really just wants to help us out. And you see, he does help us out, even though he kind of like thinks that we're in over our heads and whatnot. But he's like, look, if you guys could at least find something about Rachel, like, I'll help you guys out with whatever I can. And then the last choice. So Victoria believed your warning, Victoria didn't believe your warning, and you didn't warn Victoria. So the 14% of people who didn't warn Victoria, I think that's interesting. I mean, maybe at the end of the day, and that's the thing too. I think you have to find out that Victoria is the next victim. That's the only way you can, like, because that's the only way you stumble upon the folder that tells you about Rachel. So I can't really blame it on people who I can't really blame it on people not knowing that Victoria was going to be the next victim. I think it was just a matter of, yeah, Victoria's clearly a bitch, and you know what, even though I can see, or I know that she's gonna suffer what Kate suffered and what Rachel suffered and what Chloe suffered, she probably has it coming. So whatever. I think just that 14% of people that has to be the case. Now for the 19%, you know, yeah, that was another option. You could still warn her and she doesn't believe you. In fact, with the way she was responding to me after I told her that, I thought that's where I was heading towards, because she just seemed very skeptical about, like, why would I believe you? Nathan's my best friend, like, and this and that. But I'm glad she did believe me, because really, whether she believes you or not just goes based off how you treat her. So, like, if you basically kind of stoop to her level and be a bitch to her, give her a taste of her own medicine, then yeah, it only makes sense that when you try to warn her about that, she's not going to believe you, because she'll be like, wait, so you've been mean to me this whole week, and now you expect me to believe you when you say, like, my life is in danger or whatever? So that makes sense. The only thing I wonder is, like, those people who did that, because clearly throughout the week they had their opportunities to just be a bitch to Victoria. So could it be like a kind of like what I said, that even though she's a bitch and maybe she, you know, she's a bitch and whatnot, like, but even she doesn't deserve to go through that? Or maybe it's just kind of like a, by then they had, like, these people had like a last minute moral awakening of, like, hey, you know what, maybe, yeah, maybe she is a bitch, but she doesn't deserve this, so maybe I should start treating her better. But by then it's too late. And then yeah, you have the majority of people, I guess, going with this, which tells me that despite Victoria being a bitch, a majority of the people try to be nice to her and try to be the better person, or the bigger person, I should say. Which, you know, that's nice. I that's kind of warms my heart a bit, because I don't know. I just think, at least nowadays, I feel like a lot of people are just more, I'm gonna treat you the way you treat me, so if you're gonna be a bitch to me, I'm gonna be a bitch to you. You know, just like an eye for an eye type thing. You're gonna treat me the way, or I'm gonna treat you the way you treat others. But, you know, at least to achieve, like, that outcome, it really requires you to just not stoop to her level and to try to be kind to her, despite the fact that she's being a bitch to you time and time again. So I think that's nice. I think it's good that a lot of people do that, or the majority of people do that. So let's see next. Okay, I saved the blue jay. You let the blue jay die. Yeah, I think that's just, you know, because since it skews to the majority skews to letting the blue jay die. I definitely think it's just the people who didn't even know about the blue jay, because I think you still get that outcome if like you just walk by. If you just like walk straight to, like, you walk by the room and you just walk straight to the stairs, and because of that, like, I don't even think like the cutscene triggers, so the blue jay will basically die automatically because you didn't actually like open the window to save it. Cause yeah, you have to shoo it out, right? You need to find it in the bathroom and shoo it out. But even then, I think if you don't do that, it just automatically gives you you let the blue jay die. So you didn't disturb the bird's nest, you disturbed the bird's nest. So I think the 92% is just a lot of people probably didn't know about the bird's nest. The 8%, I don't know, like, the funny thing is too, for the 8%, because if you disturb the bird's nest, it's because you definitely got the photo. And, you know, for the people who are collecting those photos, makes sense. But I just think it's interesting. 8%. I mean, it's a low number, but the thing is, it's very easy to leave the bird's nest undisturbed, because you could either just rewind before you move the plank. So that way, like, you still have your photo, but you basically left it untouched. Or if you move the plank, after you take the photo, you have the option to move the plank back. So I think it's just, for those 8%, I think it's just people who are like, alright, I got the photo, I'm out of here. Let's see, you found David's code. You got David's files in another way. Yeah, that one, I don't know. Like I said, I think that one's really dependent on your choice of if you chose to defend David or not. Because I think if you don't side with David, like I said, I don't think he's there the day after. So because of that, I don't think his keys are there. So you have to find the code. Now, it says I found David's files another way, which I did through the key, but I wonder, was there any other way I could have done it, or is it just that way? It's just the wording that gets me, because I would have thought the only other way is through the keys, and it would have just said you got David's files by using his keys. Kate helped you find Nathan's room. Kate didn't help you. So, same thing there. I wonder the 35% if it's just the people who couldn't save Kate, so obviously she wouldn't be around to help you find Ethan's room. But even then, I did see that, like, I guess something that I said to her led to her helping me. I can't remember, like, she actually directly asks you, like, to let her help you. If she does, then yeah, well, I guess there's that. You motivated Daniel to attend the Vortex Club party. You didn't motivate. You know what? I like that. The 71% who didn't motivate him. Because I think it just shows you that all these people must... Well, okay, so obviously I think the majority is the people who just didn't find Daniel. Which, keep in mind, these are all like the optional choices. So for the majority, I think you gotta take into consideration a lot of those are probably people who just didn't even know they could do that. So I think just take that into consideration. But I think also I didn't motivate him because I was like, you know what, don't go to a Vortex Club party. Because one, I mean, I kind of inserted my own bias. I don't really like going to parties, and I just think, you know, like, I can kind of relate to Daniel a little bit. So I just think, if I don't like going to parties, there's no way he would like going to parties. And then, of course, you have the fact that it's a Vortex Club party, so that's already an issue in of itself. But then we were in his room, or when we were in the boys' dormitories, like we saw that, you know, guys were picking on him. So I just think he was, yeah, he was not missing anything by going to that party. So for the 29%, you know, either they're people who really like to party, or they just wanted to be, they were just being kind, you know. Maybe they were like, you know what, maybe you should go to the party, why not? And not saying those 29% of people are like, you know, bad or anything. Like, you know, they just thought, hey, this guy might want to go to this party, it might be fun to check out the party. You left a message on Warren's slate. You didn't leave a message on Warren's slate. So once again, I think a good chunk of it is people just walked right by it, didn't know they could do it. I think another portion of it is probably like, you know, because you see the message and clearly it's supposed to be a bit flirtatious, and maybe it's just the people who don't like Warren, so it's like, I don't want to flirt with him, I don't want him getting the wrong idea. So fair enough, I did leave the message just because I actually do like the message. I think it's clever. You figured out Nathan's pin code. You didn't figure out Nathan's pin code. Yeah, you know, I'm starting to think every time I do that, I play this, I always find myself in the I didn't figure out his pin code. I don't even know if anything changes, because it's like about half and half. I have to think the pin code thing just has to kind of be maybe like a self goal type of thing, you know, like, oh, I figured it out without having to use the pack. I think that's what it was called, or the Zach. Give me a minute. Alright, sorry, my dog was telling me he wanted to go out, so I just had to open the door for him. Anyways, alright, lastly, you helped Alyssa, you didn't help Alyssa, so... Okay, I think it's interesting that this one, there's more people, but I think it's just because... with Alyssa, like with this one, she's like in your way when... She's in your way to where you need to go, so you're gonna run into that happening anyways. So I think it's just a matter of, do you actually want to take the time to help her or not? So yeah, I think that's what it is. But yeah, that's well, that's episode 4, the dark room. And because of that, or with that being said, we only have one more episode of that polarized, which is gonna be interesting, guys. I mean, we already saw that Chloe died. Mr. Jefferson shot her, and he's the one. It seems like he's the one behind all this. So yeah, like, just so much is going on now. You know, Rachel is dead, so now we'll have to see, like, exactly how she died. Like, we know that Nathan probably killed her, or Mr. Jefferson, but what we don't know is, like, exactly how, you know? How and why. So, a lot... Oh, and then, you know, as you can see, the final day is upon us. The storm is coming. All these crazy things are going on. I mean, this day we had the double moon, which is just insane. So yeah, we're getting to the climax now. So yep, next time we'll finish off the, well, probably not. The episode's pretty long, so probably might take me like 1 or 2 like play like attempts, or I won't finish it in one sitting, basically is what I'm trying to say, because it is a long episode. But anyways, yeah, next time we'll start off the final episode, polarized. We'll see what, like, things are getting interesting. or things are interesting now. So we'll see what happens. We'll pick up where we left off. And as always, well, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.